Live. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Crypto miner update here. It is October 13th, 2025. Got Maui here. He's on a leash because sometimes he likes to bolt, so that keeps him from bolting. And we are here at our Kona World headquarters. And if you have been following along on the channel, you'll know that we have 4 Helium miners. Actually, before we get into that, let's take a look out here. There's your surf cam view if you follow along the channel there. Actually, I was super surprised. Straight out there about 45 minutes ago, huge humpback whale breach, which is kind of unusual just because it is a little late in the season and they've started to head back to Alaskan waters, but actually had a big old breach after I got done with a bike ride. Was looking and super duper cool. So anyhow, as far as the miners, Helium decentralized Wi-Fi network. If you want, you can go through some of the past videos. We've offered an explanation there. But as far as our experience here, and again, not financial advice, we just do this for fun. This is just a hobby, so take that for what it's worth. But what we do here is these updates on Sundays typically of our miners and what we've done from an earnings perspective in the network in general and whatnot. Anyhow, we do have 4 miners, one of them here at our world headquarters here right now in Kailua, Kona. We've got 2 in Portland, Oregon, and then we also have one in Alpine, Wyoming, small town of 1,200 people that is growing. So as we start off on the update, just as far as what we're earning on the miners, IoT, which that actually, we'll talk about that in a second, that's starting to be sunset through Helium Improvement Protocol 138, or not protocol, proposal rather. IoT trading at 0.000547, up 47%, which is good news there. We'll touch base on that in just a second on the reason for that. HNT, what we are earning on the miners right now, $3.64, also up about 47%. Good news there. Bitcoin at the time of the recording this video, trading at 83,400, up 5%. It was at the 77, 78,000 range last week. Just as far as the tariffs are going on, which I'm sure you probably know about. There's been a lot of up and down in the market, as well as in the crypto and Bitcoin, etc. And then Solana at $127.07 right now, up about 19%. As far as just some quick updates on the Helium network, there is a partnership they announced with Telefonica in Mexico. I think they have 22 million subscribers there available. My presumption is they're probably going to be using that for some data offloading, because that's one of the things you're able to do here with the Helium network. Rather than using cell towers, you can use the hotspots from the Helium network at typically at a lower cost. Another thing, number of hotspots in Q1 2025, since Q1 has now come to a close, grew at a rate of about 14% quarter over quarter, so that's good news. So we are growing. And then also the company that runs or is kind of behind the Helium network, Nova Labs. They settled with the SEC here recently for a couple $100,000. As part of that, the SEC has dropped claims that IoT and HNT are securities. We're seeing more now as far as the current government, as far as more, hopefully, concrete rules regarding crypto, which is going to be good. I think we definitely need that regulation, but we're starting to lean more that it's not an actual security. So that looks like that settlement. That's the reason that IoT and HNT popped up 47%. Because of the settlement. So it just basically removed some uncertainty there in the market. And then also, just as far as I mentioned, the sunsetting of IoT, IoT is just being phased out by that Helium Improvement Protocol 138. So going back to the HNT, and we'll get you more as we know more here on the channel. But that is going to be done supposedly by August 1st, 2025. So in the process there. So paying attention to that, and I'll update you here on the channel as we know more. Getting to the update as far as our miners are concerned, our Kona miner, that one's sitting in a hexagon with 2 other miners. And I've explained before as far as what the hexagons are. It's basically, if you look at the map of Helium miners, if you look at just a smaller area, it's divided into these hexagonal areas, and that's where the miners are located. So you can actually see whether you have or how many other miners are there, because if it's only one, then typically you're going to earn more because that one's doing all the work. But if you have other miners, then you're going to be sharing revenue there. I mean, obviously there's going to be more capacity if there's more miners, but there's also going to be more revenue sharing involved there. So Kona, 2 other miners in that hexagon, 7-day basis, we earned 0.415 Helium tokens, down about 22%. Tropical areas, typically they've been doing better, just it's a little bit harder to find folks that are going to run the Helium hotspots here, just because cost of living is a little more expensive, electricity is more expensive, even though as I've noted before in the channel, these Helium miners, their power draw is about 5 watts, so it's not much power at all. But our Portland miner, our Portland 1, that one's sitting in a hexagon with 5 other miners. That one's in our little office building there in Portland. Earned 0.221 Helium tokens. That is up a little bit for the week. Portland 2, that one's sitting in a hexagon by itself. It's actually been in a hexagon by itself since we started this a few years ago. That one earned 0.577 Helium tokens, up about 11%. So that one's actually pulling away and earning more now than the Kona location, which they've been kind of going neck and neck and switching spots there, whichever one of those has been earning more. So basically the tropical location of the Kona miner with 2 other miners in the hexagon at times is actually better than the miner in Portland that's there by itself. But then also we include the Alpine miner. That one, if you've been following along the channel the last 4 months, rural mining just hasn't been doing super duper well. So it is functional, but there's basically not a lot of other miners to ping on. So that one's not doing much, which is a shame, because actually rural areas where there's less cell coverage, there's a good application for Helium miners as far as from a tracking perspective, whether you have cattle that are tagged, things like that. So it's kind of a shame that that's not taken off right now, because there's certainly some opportunities there. So 7-day earnings, total 1.213 Helium tokens. And then on a 30-day basis, our Kona miner, that one's 2.266 Helium tokens. So that's actually more than our Portland 2, even though Portland 2 is earning more right now on a weekly basis. Portland 1, 0.793 Helium tokens. Portland 2 is 2.224 Helium tokens. So total 30-day earnings is, taking a look here, is 5.283 Helium tokens. And then like we do every week, we look at this on a dollars and cents perspective, even though it is a hobby, but to be able to remunerate it properly. So our 7-day earnings, $4.42, a whopping total. So you can see that is definitely why this is a hobby. And then on a 30-day basis, we're at $19.23. So that's up a bit over the last month or so. And then to be able to get a total an ROI, what we do is we take our 30-day earnings, and then we divide that by 30 to get an average daily rate. And then once we get that daily rate, take that out over 365 days over our total investment cost over the 4 miners. And again, we do use all 4 miners, even though that Alpine miner's not doing anything, because we did pay for it. It had been working. Hopefully here in the future it will be doing more. but we do include it since it is part of that system. So anyway, that $19.23, taking that to the daily rate, and then over 365 days gives us an average ROI right now of 14.6%. So that is up from that, I think it was 9% or so we've had the last couple of weeks. And again, that uptick, that's more than about a month and a half ago or so. But what we're finding is that, that most, or it's because of the settlement between Nova Labs and the SEC, removing that uncertainty, causing the IoT and HNT to go up 47% for this week. So that's what's happening there. That is the update. Hopefully everyone is having a good weekend. Let's go back, look at our and nice weather. Don't have a lot of fog. We've been having some wind come through, a lot of volcanic off-gassing of the volcano, but the wind's been blowing the fog out. So that is it. That is the update. Like I said, hopefully everyone is having a great weekend, and we will see you for the update next week. Peace.